morning, everybody. Happy Christmas to you. It is the 12th day of December already. Imagine that. Saucy's real close to being a dear old daddy.
Is it 20? Is it 25th? 25th?
It's like 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Oh, it's 27th that you're making things happen no matter what.
Yep. Got a car seat.
How'd that go yesterday?
It was way easier than I thought.
Yeah.
But they the place we bought it, they offered it. So I'm like, yeah, okay. It was very simple. She looked at me like, you could have just done this at home. But there were I don't think I could have.
Yeah.
But
it's good to know how to do it.
It's sweet. It's weird. It was weird driving home yesterday with a car seat in the back of the car. Yeah. It's a surreal feeling.
You wait till the day it happens.
Right. Yeah. And it's even weirder though. Like it was sweet. It was a very cool moment. It was like a 5-minute drive from where I went to my home, and I'm like, this is really cool. So.
Is Kelsa sleeping at all?
Yeah, Oh yeah.
We're usually you get so uncomfortable you can't even sleep.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was. Yeah,
you're good.
I was sent to the basement last night, so not just because she wanted the whole bed and the dogs take up a lot of it. So yeah, I slept in the basement, which is super cold, but I survived.
We know.
I'm excited for you.
I can't wait.
There's so many like new parent things that I can't wait to like hear from you and share with you and like relate with.
Yeah, can't wait.
It's been 10 years for us since we had a newborn, but there are still like burned in memories.
Oh yeah.
If she has to pump, I mean there is a sound with these breast pumps that will stick with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I can remember it.
I think that showed up yesterday.
Tommy knows.
Name that sound.
It's time to take one nipple out of our mouth.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I was at the state championship football game, and a mom was watching the game pumping breast milk. This is like a month ago.
Yeah.
Because when you got to pump, you got to pump.
You got to pump.
Right. You got to, man.
Yeah.
Those things get heavy.
Don't mind me.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mine.
Yeah.
We're good. Keep going.
You don't necessarily want those
Pump
things
on,
engorged.
I don't think you have that placed properly, man.
Hey, next week. Remember like 6 years ago? You brought it up this week.
You were tired of talking about
one of your party ideas or what?
How could you know? How'd you know?
How could you know?
Well, but remember last year, Ben got mad.
Just what I'm feeling.
No, but like 6 years ago, Bridget brought us to Ocean Air.
Yeah.
Oh, man, was it that long ago?
I don't know. It was before
my
COVID.
It was
Wasn't it?
before COVID. You're right.
Yeah, it was right before COVID.
And then we went to the
Gosh, my life
Loon.
is flying.
Yeah.
And then Swartzen showed up.
Yeah.
And we couldn't see straight, right?
Yeah. Well, you can't see straight sober.
Yeah. I mean, by definition.
Wait.
By definition, you don't see straight.
No, but like that was the day we went to Ocean Air and then we went to the Loon. And then I had like my family Christmas party.
Yep, and you were. Yeah,
Wait,
My mom sent me to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did,
I
man.
must have left.
Yeah, you did
did.
leave. You did leave. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
You
show
know
up.
why I left.
Yeah, we
100%,
talked about why.
Yeah, but yeah, Swartzen did show up, and then it got real weird.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And then you had your family Christmas party?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
After
he
those two
goes
events.
Yep.
And, and he was told not to show up hammered, and then you go to bed.
Oh, yeah, because my mom and I plan everything together. So then I show up and she goes to go upstairs, and I just passed out. But then I
woke up the next day?
No, I undertakered up at like 9 o'clock at night, and I walked out and I hadn't had a drink in like 6 hours, and I was still like the drunkest one there.
Yes.
It was not good. But okay, neither here nor there. What is everyone doing next week? Should we all just get a little happy hour together? No?
I love your on-air
Invite.
party planning.
Sure,
yeah.
Right? It's the holidays.
A week from tomorrow, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do any happy hours. I mean, I got my show during happy hour.
Yeah. What if we did like a happy hour bit, like
watching the
on
show
air?
You guys can do a watch party if you want.
See, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Let's go to Corey's. He watches it anyway.
And then we'll just live stream all your text messages to me.
Yeah.
We'll just put it up on the show.
Perfect.
Tommy's will need it. Tommy's will be blurred out.
Yeah. But like, take it off.
I think all my viewers are like, what's the eggplant thing mean? Why are all these eggplants on the screen?
But like, seriously, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. We just never do.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
over.
It's very difficult to
Well,
get
you know what
everybody
you could
together.
do? College football playoff next Friday.
the 20th. That'd be fantastic.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man.
7 o'clock kick at I think
Notre
we're at
Dame,
Notre
right?
Dame. Yeah. The temperature at kickoff right now is projected to be 29 degrees.
I think it was yesterday
beautiful.
with Mace and Barrero. Do you think in like a year or two they'll go, we can't play these games and we're going to put them in a dome, right?
Could happen. I mean, depending on how the weather is. If you look at the three games in the northern climates, Ohio State. I looked at this last night. Ohio State. It's a 7 o'clock kick, projected to be 27 degrees at kickoff. State College. 11 o'clock kickoff, supposed to be 29 degrees.
Right.
And Notre Dame was 30. No precipitation is planned, but boy, things change.
Right.
Temperatures drop, a little snow. I think that could affect
Right.
the gameplay, injuries. So, yeah, maybe we go to neutral sites and
Penn State. We got to talk about Penn State.
I hope not.
Penn State, there's one lane in and one lane out.
Yeah.
And there's 3 hotels there.
Tomers.
The Fairfield, did you see the rate?
Did you see the rates, dude?
Yeah.
It's a 2-night minimum.
2-night minimum, and it's like $2,000 a night.
$2,000 a night.
What?
For sure.
What?
The infrastructure there can't hold
And that's just State College. So when you go to State College, most people will stay, 4, 5, 6 exits down, 25 to 50 miles.
Right.
They don't really go down that much in terms of the cost. But so in State College, $2,000, 2-night minimum for.
Trying to think. I think when I did a game there, I think we stayed because I went and saw my brother in Lancaster. Maybe we stayed in Harrisburg.
Yeah, because that's where you have to fly in, and it's still 45 miles away.
I know
really?
it was a drive. It was a pretty drive.
Not good.
Yeah, it is.
Great drive.
It's a cool drive.
Great drive.
I wouldn't
part
want
of
to do it
campus
like on a
beautiful.
team bus, but because
I did it on a team bus. It was
It's
brutal.
hilly. It's hilly, and it's like turns, and like I would have gotten probably
Don't these
car sick.
scream like Las Vegas or New Orleans where the infrastructure's there?
Treated massive.
But
Do
again,
something
man,
huge.
I hear where you come from, and I think I'm probably not the only one who feels this way. But that's not college football, man.
Yeah,
Play it on campus.
but the bowl
Give
games,
the person who
but
earned
the
the
champion,
chance. Yeah,
but the championship is played on a neutral
It is.
site.
Yep.
Right.
yeah. I guess.
I like it. I think I've said a couple times this year. What I don't like in this current setup is the 4 teams that get the bye, right? And so
Relax,
maybe the
Peter.
advantage is, and Tomers has talked about this. Maybe you go to 16, and all those first round, maybe second round games, the higher ranked team gets to host it. The other thing too that I think was totally messed up in this, which has been called out a couple times this week, is it's a little odd. No offense to your Big 12 conference. It's just a little odd to have Boise State and Arizona State be the 3 and 4 seeds. So think of college basketball. If you win your conference championship, you get in. But you don't get like a higher seed because of that. They put 64 teams in,
They just kind of
and they
re-rank.
rank them 1 to 64.
Yeah, they re-rank one
So I think it's looking at the way this is set up, it's kind of like, I don't know.
I wouldn't mind that if they did that.
I think they should rank them 1 through 12, and that's how they seed the whole thing.
That's not a problem.
Yeah,
Why
I
not
agree
do
with
that?
you.
And by the way, give somebody a reason to be pissed off.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
like
fine.
Miami.
Yeah.
Like Miami.
I mean, eventually, don't take this the wrong way if you're a fan of California or UNLV.
California.
But eventually we can get rid of the Art of Sport LA Bowl and have these. But eventually we're going to need some of a 16 team bit, and then you can play games all the time.
Yeah.
Because the gambling and the eyes that are going to be on this when there won't be any NFL on and there won't be. Right.
Can you imagine that? I mean, just think of the 20th and 21st and then the 31st and 1st. Those 4 games over those 2 weekends. Think
if you had a game tomorrow night.
Oh, totally.
That wasn't, let's see here.
That
wasn't James Madison and West Kentucky.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Don't care.
This goes back to my 32-team one.
32 is a little crazy.
Yeah, 32 is a little much.
32 is too much.
Just pipe down, Tom.
He wishes.
No, you guys take away one
You had him at
preseason
five.
game, and then you start Thanksgiving
bad.
week.
Earlier.
Yeah.
You start Thanksgiving week.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Rivalry week's the week before Thanksgiving, and then you ride. From the holidays on, it's just playoffs. And then you actually finish on New Year's Day.
Well,
And,
I think the tough thing
until January.
The tough thing here is the last game is it's just so late. I mean, January 20th college
That's
football
late.
is.
They're back in
late.
school now, starting the next year.
There are some
that
teams
is
that will be
late.
in spring football with 2 weeks later.
Not
you're
having
right.
a
That's a very
January
good
break.
point. bizarre.
Yeah.
January break got me.
What did you think of Alabama getting kicked out? Did you guys talk about that? I know
you can't have 3 losses.
Yeah,
I totally agree with it.
You can't have 3
I'm glad
losses.
they did it.
Me too. Yeah. You don't get in just because you're Alabama. I don't care.
And they thought they could, right?
And for sure. But you 3 losses. 2 losses? No. 3 losses? Too many.
I think you diminish the legitimacy of the whole thing if in this first year they allow a team like Alabama, just off of name recognition alone, to get in. Then nobody trusts the system going forward. So they had to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick Saban went off, I think, on Sunday night about the strength of schedule, but win the games. I mean, the strength of schedule is you just played your conference. It's not like they had anything above and beyond that. So the SEC conference is a tough conference, so don't lose 3 games. And the thing is, you had South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Alabama all sitting there, and you could debate who had the better losses and the better wins, but they're all sitting there with 3 losses. So you pick one, the other 2 have an argument, and
I don't think the SEC is as strong as it has been in the last couple of years. So if he wants to talk about strength of schedule, well, then I think you should just look inward at their conference and be like, yeah, traditionally it is the best conference. But this year, I think everybody's watching these games like Georgia's not the Georgia. You know?
Yeah.
Tennessee, they're on the rise, but they're beatable. All the teams in the SEC are not, far superior than all these other teams in these other conferences.
Do you know what'd be the coolest thing in the world?
Relax. No, don't.
A happy hour next week?
Well, yes. No, but like the coolest documentary in the world. Because SMU got kicked out, right?
Yeah,
they were done.
Yeah.
And the moment you can start playing or paying kids again, they win the Natty would be the coolest documentary.
Well, the thing is, the money down there right now is absolutely crazy.
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
It's not. I don't think so either.
When you look at, they got in trouble because that is a desirable place to be.
Why? I'm just asking. I don't know.
I mean, it is a kick-ass university in maybe one of the most affluent spots in America.
Yeah.
And if you have NIL money and this new salary cap money coming in, I mean, you're living in, it's like Malibu, but in Dallas.
Beautiful.
Have you seen the TikToks of when you're there? So there's these famous TikToks when they're there, tell us your biggest flex about money. And it's usually oh, my dad has 4 private jets, or it's just, they have a different type of money down there.
Is it all oil money?
I'm assuming. I don't know. Yeah.
But I think it'd just be so cool if they got kicked out of NCAA for paying kids, but then now you can pay them and then they win right away.
Can they beat Penn State?
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I mean, I think they got down early last week and they battled.
Oh my gosh, they battled
back. And the crazy thing is Clemson you needed 2 things to happen, which didn't seem likely. They get the big kickoff return, then they get the one big first down that they needed to set up a ginormous kick. And so all they needed to do to really stamp their mark and get in, which probably puts Bama in, is they just needed to cover a kick. They let the kickoff go back to the 40. They needed a 15-yard throw. They got it. And so SMU lets one slip away. But I think SMU and their passing game could be pretty dangerous. And that's an area where, again, just a few weeks ago, Minnesota had some success against Penn State. Just think, Tom, as I was going through this over the week. Make that field goal against UNC.
We'd be in.
Oh, here we go.
Clean up that second half against Rutgers.
Yeah.
And just convert one of those field goal drives against Penn State to 7.
Or just figure out what was going on in the second half of Iowa.
Yeah.
And then the Michigan onside kick. We could be
as PJ always says, 4-8 and 8-4 is closer than you think.
Yeah,
a couple plays.
10-2.
10-2, and
says every team in the league.
Yeah, but I think that's why this year I had so much fun watching the Ghosts. They were so much fun to watch. But what do you do?
So speaking of depressing, we did figure it out. Kansas State is going to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl to play.
Guaranteed what?
Whoa. Guaranteed Rate
in Arizona, Scottsdale.
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Yeah.
The best. Yeah. That's the best in the world.
26th.
It's a great location. They're playing Rutgers.
Even better,
Nathan.
Not exactly appointment TV. I will probably be watching on the 27th of December at
26th.
Benny, you should go.
4:30.
Benny, you should go.
4:30.
I'd go with you.
Yeah, he knows.
I don't want to go.
He doesn't want to go.
You don't like Scottsdale?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to go see K-State beat up on Rutgers. It's not. Yeah,
they're 6.5-point favorites.
Who? Kansas State.
Kansas State.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I might take some of that Rutgers money.
So that was the first bowl game that I ever went to. That was the Fiesta Bowl in Scottsdale as a redshirt freshman.
Not the guaranteed rate.
Not the guaranteed rate.
So you weren't going to play.
So I wasn't going to play. And I knew we were going to play.
Oh, geez.
But, dude, we got shut out of every bar that we tried to go into because they were such sticklers about ID. Mm-hmm. I'm like, come on, man. Like, we tried to, we're here with Kansas State and we're playing football. And they're like, and they're just like, they just looked at us and shake their heads. They're like, whatever. I remember sitting, two things. Whoa. I think we landed on Christmas Day.
The worst.
Found ourselves to the only spot that was open on
totally
Christmas
empty.
Day.
Nothing's open.
Strip club.
The strip club.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So here I am.
Little buffet.
18 years old.
The best.
At a strip club on Christmas Day in Arizona, right? That's my
handful
first
of dollar bills.
per diem. Oh, per diem.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Open up that little white envelope. Got my per diem. And the best part is, we had a blast.
Oh, yeah.
But then you look around,
Merry
you're like,
Christmas.
look at all these poor suckers.
Hey, it's Rosie.
That are sitting around us, that are all the local yokels that have no other place to go for Christmas.
So bad.
The fact that we were with all of our boys, I'm like, we had an excuse to be there.
Yep.
I'm like, man, these gals up here working.
Hey, it's Mark Rosen.
We got Mark Rosen and his crew all over, sitting over here. Like, it was a sad sight.
That's tough.
Great fun.
Fiesta Bowl's a big bowl,
for 4 or 5 hours. Just kidding.
Benny, your first bowl for Fiesta, that's cool. That's a cool first bowl.
Yeah, that was
Did you guys win?
McNabb in Syracuse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Was he nasty?
I played against McNabb.
Did you?
His first game he was a freshman. He and Marvin Harrison, 1995. So when you played, obviously,
my
Marvin
first year
Harrison was gone.
So it was 97 season. It was the 98 Fiesta Bowl.
You reminded me this morning the way McNabb was a Viking. I forget how many quarterbacks we've had.
That's why we shouldn't be so eager to get rid of Sam Darnold.
Totally. Well, I think Sam Darnold just complete the body of work. And then I think we have a conversation. I know you guys talked about it a bunch Monday, but Sam Darnold finishes the job.
Yeah, we couldn't be, Sauce and I couldn't be more polar opposite on
We
this.
couldn't, but as a lifelong Viking fan and the Wade Wilsons, the Gus Verratts, no offense, but your guy Brooks, we've had 70 quarterbacks. We're so eager now to just be like, yeah, J.J. McCarthy's the guy. We're going to move on. He would be the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft if you're going to, he would.
Would he be above Travis?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As a quarterback, because quarterbacks are always overdrafted.
Yeah.
If the Giants should have taken him 6th overall last year, they didn't. They would take him at number 1. Quarterbacks are always overdrafted. But to the point is
so I don't know if I understand your full take. Are you saying trade JJ?
No, I'm just saying we shouldn't be so eager to just move on from Sam Darnold. They might win 14 games with him.
Yeah, that's hard to say no,
right?
Man.
If he takes us to an NFC Championship game, and if we win or lose, we're just going to be like, see ya. Thanks for your service. Goodbye.
You think that JJ's ceiling is this lower, the same, or higher than Sam Darnold's?
I don't know. I think it's higher, but I don't know if it'll be higher right away, as we talked about yesterday. So if they win 14 games, they got to win 14 games next year, We
can talk. We can talk later.
Win 14 games.
This is a triggering argument.
It is.
It's good.
Be right back. Power Trip on the Fan.
The Fan.
The Friday Football Feast heads to Buffalo Wild Wings Roseville tomorrow. Joining us as PA and Charge get you set for the Vikings to take on the Bears in a winter whiteout showdown on Monday night. And make sure to ask our street team how you could win a Vikings winter whiteout helmet of your own. Doors open at 8 a.m. Get the full details at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Where's the feast?
Nice of you to care, Fargo. It's in Roseville.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it's a great B-dubs.
It is a good B-dubs.
Ain't a bad B-dubs.
It's actually a really big B-dubs.
It is. It's a great spot.
Yeah.
I love B-dubs, don't you?
I just love food.
Yeah,
it's hobby.
Yeah.
But yes, I do. Power Trip Morning Show. Good morning, everybody. Here we are. It is 7:08, and there's Fargo, and there's Tomers, and there's Benzo. It's all happening. No Tom Pelissero today. We'll have to talk to him tomorrow. He's on a flight home today.
Isn't he at was it the owners' meetings or whatever?
I don't know. But I do know that Sam Darnold is excited about facing those Bears again.
Every single week is a new week. You know, we have a really good opponent in Chicago coming in here, and feel like we just played them. Obviously, we did a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago, and really good defense. Really good scheme. So we're just preparing for them, and we have a really, really tough challenge in front of us.
Really? A tough challenge?
Well, you guys say it.
Oh.
Yeah, and if we've talked about a lot this week, that Bears team has quit. That head coach knows he's not going to be the head coach because that's the most desirable job of all the jobs because of the quarterback. Yeah, they have full on quit. So but you can't give them any hope on Monday night. You gotta get up early on them.
I wonder how Kevin Warren likes that gig.
I mean,
right? He came
Kevin
out.
Warren, he's a great dude.
He came out about 3 weeks ago and announced that it's his hire. Right? Dude. I mean, he took over. He's taken this hiring on.
Yeah,
which is a big deal.
I think he still likes it for right now. Because it's still somebody else's mess he's cleaning up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you guys watching Hard Knocks, the new one?
I can't believe that I haven't. I forgot that it happened.
I haven't watched it at all.
Yeah, no.
It's okay. I don't like it as much because they bounce around
teams,
a lot.
Man.
It's all AFC North, I want to say.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it's Cincinnati, Cleveland, Ravens, and Steelers. So it's like fun to see them. Like I love watching Tomlin. I wish they just did the Steelers. He's so good.
Yeah.
But like
it's the first half of the season.
It's in season, so it's like right
in
now.
season, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
the
they go
Bengals
over.
must be just like, what is going on?
You kind of buy in because Joe Burrow's so cool.
Yeah.
God, he's cool.
He cool.
My heavens, he's cool.
Grew up in Fargo.
No, he didn't.
He did.
Did he really?
Like grow up?
Spent 3 years there. His dad coached for North Dakota State.
Who did?
So we claim him. Joe Burrow.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Nobody's ever said that.
How do I not know that?
His dad coached at North Dakota State.
Is that right?
Kid, that's why he's so good.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason.
His foundational parts of his life through those 3 years.
I know.
Now I don't like
Shake
him
the
as much.
foundation.
Summers hates him.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
We'll get back to the fun stuff momentarily, but Carbonis brings us the news. So here's some things going on in the news, guys. In case you're wondering what's going on in the news, now I know. And I'm about to tell you. Be careful with those toys. Right, Tomers? The doctor's giving...
Solo.
is giving advice on what toys to avoid. Right, Tomers? Oh, I'm sorry. For young children, for safety reasons, this holiday season.
December is National Safe Toys and Gifts Month. Adam Keating, a pediatrician for the Cleveland Clinic, says any part of a toy that can fit through a toilet paper roll is a choking hazard for children under the age of 3.
Is she laughing when she gives this read?
I think Hawk quit.
So say it again, Hogs Daddy. What was that?
All right, I'll start it again.
National Safe Toys and Gifts Month. Adam Keating, a pediatrician for the Cleveland Clinic, says any part of a toy that can fit through a toilet paper roll is a choking hazard for children under the age of 3. Toys with magnets and button batteries are a concern as well because a child can swallow them. He says children should be kept from playing with toys with sharp edges, and anyone buying an electric scooter for their child should buy a helmet along with it. More than 150,000 children under the age of 12 were treated in emergency rooms this past year for toy-related injuries.
Man.
I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Do you guys remember when we were kids and those Tonka trucks that would like rust over when you'd leave them outside and then you'd go back out in the yard and play with them? Oh, yeah.
You guys, I mean, you guys had dangerous toys. Do you guys even remember the thing called a maypole? Did you guys have those on your playground? Okay, this was imagine the poles where the volleyball's hanging from the string.
Yeah.
That's the bit in Napoleon Dynamite.
So imagine those, only from the top, hanging down, are handles that you grab with your hand.
Oh, one of those things.
Run as fast as you can in a circle, and everybody's got a hold of it by one hand until everybody's off the ground. Run in a circle like this, and then you just let go and fly off. I don't know how we lived.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because this was on a playground.
No helmets.
With asphalt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Right.
Same thing with merry-go-rounds, right? The whole idea is just somebody's stand on the outside and you just spin and spin. And you try to throw kids off.
I never watched a drive-in movie when my stomach wasn't sick from that.
Yeah.
Because you'd be spinning so much you were nauseous for the rest of the night.
Correct. Yeah.
Tire swings, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Just how we lived, I have no idea.
Good old days.
And we actually played tackle football at recess.
Yep. Every day.
Yep.
Every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
matter
it
the
was
weather,
I mean, and then kickball somehow turned into tackle kickball.
I'm not even going to tell you.
Basketball turned into tackle basketball. Yeah.
I'm not even going to tell you what we called the game.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We played that all the time.
All the time.
Sir.
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
Yep. Yeah.
And we would yell, hey, he's the...
Tommy always had the ball.
Yeah, he still got it.
Yep.
That was the best. Recess was the best.
Like, Tommy, once you get tackled, you have to give up the ball. No.
I'm still it.
Tommy, you're supposed to run away from us.
Yeah.
Not
Put your hands down.
Stop accidentally tripping.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Bizarre. Yeah.
I know, Pat. Anyway, yeah. But I guess, I don't know. Sometimes you got to weed them out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
It was a little survival of the
It was.
fittest, right? It was.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Good times. Good times.
yeah. Gasoline prices in the United States are at their lowest in 3 years. I saw that this morning.
$2.99.
The one at the Holiday by my house was $2.79.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
GasBuddy.com says that was what my nickname was in high school, by the way.
Hey, gas buddy.
Hey, yeah. Says the national average for a gallon of regular with the $2.97 on Monday. You're right. National average. Lowest since 2021. Lowest in the country was in Oklahoma with an average of $2.42 a gallon.
Wow.
How much was gas when you got your license?
96 cents a gallon.
99 cents.
89.
Yeah.
Wow. 89
Yeah,
cents.
well, I don't remember the exact. I just remember the price from childhood. So I was going to ask Old Balls over there, who's the oldest in the whole room.
That's fine. I can
What
prove
is
it.
what is the lowest? What is the
Prove
lowest that you remember seeing gas at?
79 cents was me. But I know you're asking Old Balls, but I like to talk.
Old balls.
Prove it.
I do remember 47 cents a gallon. I don't know why.
Crazy,
I don't
man.
remember. I don't know why that number sticks in my head, but that
Really?
number sticks in my head.
What?
Yeah. And
47
yeah. But again, I was born in 1970. So that we're talking mid 70s that I remember that. Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
But
This is not intentionally like dumb question. Did they have unleaded gas in 19?
They had unleaded and leaded. I can
Yeah, 'cause
remember
they still
having to
probably
make a
had
choice.
leaded gas, right?
Absolutely, they did. Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine that.
Do you remember walking into the gas station and then they had Lay's chips that were 99 cents and they have the 99 on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere.
I mean, have you seen that interview?
I had children when that was happening.
Yeah. All over Instagram. The guy that started the Arizona drinking.
I saw that.
And
Yeah.
he'll never raise the price. They will always be 99 cents. Those huge cans
Yeah.
like that Arizona tea.
Oh, the Arizona tea. Yeah.
They'll
gotcha.
always be 99
What
cents.
was that drink that Stern used to advertise? Snapple. You guys remember? Did they make Snapple?
Yeah,
still?
Snapple was good. Yeah.
That's still a thing,
Is
right?
it still a thing?
Oh, yeah.
I liked that a lot. Good stuff.
Remember Sobe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that gone?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
That, is that
Sobe,
R.I.P.
yeah.
Sobe had the glass can.
I don't know if I've ever had. I don't know if I've ever had a.
Do you remember Orbits? The drink that had like the gummy candies in them. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Orbeez or whatever.
Orbits, I think it was called. Crystal Pepsi, that lasted like 6 months.
Tang.
Tang was
Something that you've never had, Tom.
Wow. Solo.
Have you ever had a Tang shot? Tang shots are phenomenal. Like when you go to the bar.
Tang with what?
I don't know how they make them, but a Tang shot is pretty good.
Flavor
It's like just an
Tang?
orange liqueur
Yeah.
shot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Good question.
They just say, "Tommy, take this."
Here's an interesting one. We are deep into the gift giving time of year, but if your list includes somebody on Santa's naughty list, there is an out. Here's Bree Tennis.
Miss Manners says gift giving is a two-part process. The giver chooses something based on need and want and delivers that gift out of pleasure and kindness. Then comes part two. The recipient is expected to show gratitude. But if that doesn't happen over and over, there's an out. Miss Manners, the authority on etiquette, says you have permission to stop gift giving because 'tis the season to be generous, not crazy. She says you're opting out of gift giving, not the holiday. I'm Bree Tennis.
Well, that was a worthless story.
I'm free.
Yeah.
Bree just made that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Who's Miss Manners?
I don't know.
There's a columnist. Yeah, she writes on manners. Like, it's
she's like the Dr. Ruth
a
of
national
manners.
syndication. Yep.
You know her husband's miserable.
Oh, God.
For sure. Just want to put my feet on the couch.
Yeah, you imagine the eggshells he's got to walk around in the house.
And her name is Judith. Her real name is Judith. You just
Missionary again? I'm sorry?
Woodhawk.
Yes.
Miss Manners.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She's polite.
Yeah, he likes to be told what to do.
It's my experience that Miss Manners probably got no manners in the bedroom. If
Do you
know
think she's just a freak?
Yeah.
I could see.
She's got a secret room, you're saying?
Yeah.
Damn right she does.
Yeah.
Really lets it out.
She's got no safety word. Yeah, safety words don't exist with Miss Manners.
You realize about 3 minutes in you needed a safety.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we'll get back to football after this. Let's go to High B. Can you stick around?
Yeah,
Fargo?
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. We'll be right back to that after this. Let's go to High B with Jonathan Grenard.
Time now for the Vikings Report, presented by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Minnesota Vikings. Linebacker Jonathan Grenard joins the power trip next, thanks to Hy-Vee.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Part of Morning Show. Tomers is here and Fargo's here for one more segment. Ben Leber's here. Parker Fox is sitting behind me, just hanging out. Got up early, and what better place to be, you know? Lots to get to, but we do need to hit this. And as we do Fan 5 this time around, let's just make sure we focus on a little more college football and talk through what's going on with the playoffs and such like that.
Whoa!
Everybody okay?
What just happened?
He's got this whole computer.
Tommy just tackled Ben.
Fargo Flash.
Yeah.
Thank you all around.
Thank you all around. The Gopher football schedule has been finalized. There aren't times for the games, but they will open with 2 home games against Buffalo, Northwestern State, who I've never heard of.
Same.
Then they go on the road at Cal. Then they come home and play Rutgers at home.
Ethan.
And then they will go to Ohio State. Then 2 straight home games on the road at Iowa, back home at Michigan State. Then to close out at Oregon, at Northwestern, at Wrigley Field, and then Wisconsin here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean,
the road games are the coolest things of all time. Could be the coolest road schedule ever.
Cal. Think of it. Cal, which we've been there, I think, in 2006. So going to Cal is fun. Ohio State, because it's one of the elite teams in Big Ten history and just in general the program. It's always fun to go to Kinnick, right? So
Always.
Kinnick, and then you got Oregon, which is, of course, is the first time I'm sure that we've battled at Oregon, and then going to Wrigley Field. So it is a great schedule, and the tough thing is, of course, we'll predict 12-0 because we see it more clearly than most people.
Of course, yeah, of course.
But it's hard to really predict because we have no idea what these teams will be like. But if I had to gauge the 2024 teams against the schedule, I like it.
Same.
So
10-2.
at least 10-2.
Dialed. But you guys, think about it. If you go into Wrigleyville and partying all day,
I have not done that yet. I need to do that.
No.
Should we go? That's
Road
it.
trip.
That's what
the
we're
road
doing.
Trip.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do I have to
Jefferson
cheer
Line's
for the
bus.
Gophers?
Well, duh.
I'll get a Jefferson Line's bus to drive us down there.
Yep.
Wrigleyville is sweet.
Never been.
Who are they playing, Northwestern?
Yeah.
It's November 22nd, so it won't be a night game. It's probably 11 o'clock or 2:30 kick.
Wrigleyville is up there for day drinking. It's top 3. That's how fun it is.
I think Northwestern's coming off a bye week, and they have Michigan the following week, so they'll be sleeping on the Gophers.
God.
Is my guess.
Wild.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll give you 1.5
Inches.
under road wins next year.
So I need 2 to win?
You need 2 to win.
Lock.
Dang.
How much you want on it?
Take that.
250?
You're a dad now, so let's think about it.
250?
How much?
$200.
200 smacks?
They have to win 2 road games.
You got it, Tomers.
2.
Wait.
2.
Are you aware of the new information that's come down the pipe, though?
No.
Hey, buckle up, you guys. The Gophers just got a former 4-star quarterback from Georgia Tech.
Is that right?
Wow.
Ben's seeing it clear right
He's
now.
a backup.
Yeah.
He's a backup.
I know. What do you mean?
Now is
No, he's going to be a starter here.
No, he's
You
not.
want that, Smoke?
Are you? You're,
course.
Now, just
Book
to make
it.
sure you're not
Okay.
joking.
Book it.
Northwestern, though, you're counting, even though it's at Wrigley Field.
That's an away game.
That's an away game.
No, I just, the Oregon, Iowa,
Yeah.
Ohio State games I'm counting.
Yeah.
Dub.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun season, though. If we go undefeated at home, which it looks like we will, it could be Could be a fun one.
Yep.
The Gophers will play Virginia Tech on January 3rd in the Duke Mayo Bowl game. That is 6:30, pregame at 4:30 right here on the Fan. The Gophers are now 5.5-point favorites. The over-under is 42.5. No.
Well,
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I know.
Virginia Tech isn't playing anybody.
They're not. And I know Hawk has talked about this. A couple things when you just look at the kind of headlines of this matchup. In one-possession games this year, this is where I think Virginia Tech could be dangerous, but in one-possession games, they're 0-5. So you take those, you convert those to victories. This is a real solid team, but and they've struggled to keep kids around now, right? So they have their starting left tackle, their starting center, they have their backup running back, couple guys in the secondary, backup linebacker. They've all entered the portal, and there's rumors that the running back, who's an NFL kid, might be sitting out as well. So they're and I think for the Gophers, we're not really sure who's going to sit out. My guess is Ursary, because he's going to first round draft pick. He's not going to play.
You think Wally will play?
I think the questions are Daniel Jackson, Justin Wally. I think Cody. Will they play? And
is Lindenberg gone for sure?
I
hope he comes back.
Yeah, I would hope so too. But the body starts to wear down.
10 years,
12.
Remember Yuki Dozier? You remember that name?
Parker's offended over here, by the way. Guys.
You don't remember the name Yuki Dozier? No. I feel like, do you know how I think he was at the U for 9 years.
His kid plays at Maple Grove.
But I think he was on the U for 9 years.
Lastly, in the college football front, the biggest news was Bill Belichick is going to become the new head coach at North Carolina. The hot rumors are it's a 5-year deal. 6-time Super Bowl champion Bill Belichick will be the coach at North Carolina next season. They have a bowl game. Is Mac Brown coaching that?
I don't think so.
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
It won't be Bill, will it?
No.
He doesn't take over that soon?
He'll be there to observe, but no.
Yeah, so your guys' thoughts on Bill Belichick becoming a college football coach?
Okay, have you said what you said to us during the break about maybe his motivations? Have you said that before?
I don't think so.
I actually think you're spot on. So I want you. I think I want you to have. I want you to have the floor.
My thing is that I'm under the impression that he was told he is not ever going to get another head coaching job in the NFL because nobody wants to give him full control because he is, other than Brady, a terrible GM. I mean, like Charch has laid out some of the first round draft picks they've taken that are just trash. And he knew he wasn't going to get another head coaching job in the NFL, so he took this because he could have full control.
Yeah, and I think the thing about college football is I don't know what full control really even means because you can't control the portal. You can't control. You can control a lot of things. You can control the uniforms. You can kind of control the schedule via your AD. You can kind of control the day in and day out of who comes in the facility and what your players do from a training standpoint, but you can't. The portal is the thing I think is going to be really challenging for him. You can't control having your starting quarterback for like 15 years, like Tom Brady, right?
Right.
You can control being really good in the portal, but it's such a rotating, revolving door at this point. I think it's going to be frustrating for him.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what I think Sauce is correct on is. Here's an NFL Hall of Fame legendary coach that everybody knows, respects. But I think that he has the feeling through his agent or just through all the people that he knows, and he's reading everything correctly, I think correctly. He's not going to get a job in the NFL.
No.
Nobody wants his style of coaching anymore.
Who is the oldest coach in the NFL right now? I mean, 70.
It's the dude in Seattle.
No, he's gone.
No, he's gone.
Yeah. I mean, the NFL has a youth movement, right? I mean, it's just a huge youth movement.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's gone.
Is McCarthy the oldest?
The oldest coach in the NFL?
Yeah.
So
it might be.
It's got it.
It's Andy Reid. I think we looked it up.
Andy Reid, 60.
So to strengthen your point is that rather than go through an embarrassing hiring cycle, right. Let's say 6 or 7 teams are looking for head coaches,
which hurts the ego.
Which hurts the ego. He's like, look at me, look at all the Super Bowls I won, and nobody wants me. And having that reality and being a talking point amongst all of the NFL that how do we not have Bill Belichick as a head coach in the NFL? If he knows that and gets that feeling, I don't want to go through pride and ego. I don't want to go through that embarrassment. Nope. So why don't I just take it off I'll just take control.
Correct.
I'll go to the college level, get this job, whatever full control to you guys' point, whatever that means, that he can play GM with the portal.
He'll have the most control you can have.
The most control you can have. He can build the quote unquote front office, which will be a new thing for college football, and he can like be a pioneer when it comes to that.
Totally.
And kind of cement his legacy in 2 spots rather than suffer the embarrassment of not being hired in the NFL for a second straight year.
Yeah. Just, you said something too. You said uniforms. They have potential to have the coolest uniforms ever.
Totally.
And the Jordan brand
and then,
is the best.
And then exactly to my point, if Michael Jordan opens up his checkbook, they could be the most lethal team in college football.
Totally.
Easily.
Because NIL doesn't have a salary cap.
I think he does care about North Carolina.
Competitive.
Yeah.
He's competitive,
Okay.
So really quickly, before I walk away today,
please.
We have a big bet this week because I think...
Boy, and I need it. I am getting crushed by you this year.
that's what I've heard. So we have, of course, a patriotic weekend. Ben is taking the Army. Our U.S. Army, -6.5, and I will take Navy +6.5.
Is Navy on... no, I'm Army undefeated. Who?
I think Army's 11-1.
Yeah,
Isn't JK-47
going? Both teams had really solid years, so this should be a really good game.
Yeah, he and Nordo both are there.
Yeah.
And so that's on Saturday.
Great. Yeah, Saturday at 2. I think it's on this.
Where do they play? Do you know?
They're playing in Landover in Maryland, where the Washington Commanders play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It's always a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
They get I think the cool thing is they have the weekend to themselves. So this is the game in college football. And then the other big news on Saturday will be the Heisman Trophy.
Oh,
so got it? Travis Hunter, I'm sure, wins in a landslide. I'm curious if he wins by what I think could be the largest margin in Heisman voting history. I mean,
Really?
I think he runs away with it.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
Over the Boise State running back?
He's about to set the record, isn't he?
No, I mean, he's had a great year especially for a running back, but again, 2 sides of the football. And this was crazy this week, Hawk. A couple All-American teams have released their All-American teams. He made a couple teams at both wide receiver and at corner.
Yeah.
You know who's the only guy to ever do that? Bronco Nagurski.
No kidding.
Go for nation.
We'll go for fun fact for all you guys.
No, that is. Yeah.
Well, that killed the mood.
Yeah,
Way to bring it down, Tom. That's good. That's a good fact. Tomers,
So long.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
I hope
Something I've never heard before.
I hope to see you guys again.
You will.
You will, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tell you off the air.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next week. We'll come in next week and break down college football playoff.
You come in anytime you want. Don't have to be college football season. Just come on and hang out. Who cares? You're one of us.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Tomers. There they go, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
long.
Give me the beat, oh Lord. Vikings news next on the Patrick Phone.
The Fan.